All right, guys. I would like to think at this point everybody is aware that the college has gone completely online with all of our courses for the remainder of the semester. So that means we will not be seeing each other in the face-to-face format who knows when. So at least throughout the end of this semester, everything in our course will be 100% online. Now, for a lot of you, this may be a brand new world. I don't want you to freak out. I am here to help and make sure you guys can navigate this successfully. So some things I want to do is walk through how to find content, where to be looking for things, and how to do this successfully. Lots of students do it constantly. Online learning has become huge globally in the last 10 years. So it is very possible, but it takes a lot of dedication and a lot of discipline to make sure you guys are staying on track. All right, so let me kind of give you a quick tour. If you need help, please don't hesitate to contact me. So, okay? All right, so first thing I want you to do, go into the syllabus. Oh, let me go to student mode. So this is what you guys will be seeing. Go into your syllabus. There's a new tab here. This is our new syllabus for the second half of the semester. Print off these calendars or make sure you can be looking at them constantly. Everything's changing. All right, so things are going to readjust. Things are going to move around. Our semester is being reformatted. All right, so you got an exam coming up Wednesday. This was the same exam you should have taken last week, but because of the extended spring break here, it's now moved to the 25th. It will be completely online. I'll show you that in a minute here. So once you're done with the genetics unit, you need to jump immediately into biotechnology and start with chapter 12, work through that, go to next week. You're going to have a lab, you're going to have another lecture, you're going to have a quiz, and we're going to follow the same basic format. I've adjusted the content to make sure we can cover all the content in the time we have remaining. So don't panic there and think, oh my gosh, there's way too much going on here. Oop. So, all right, sorry, too many tabs and I'm bouncing all over. Okay, so the print off your calendars and then print off the syllabus. This is going to contain some new details. We're 100% online. So here's your keys to being successful. Be organized, print off your calendar, know when assignments are due. I will be reminding you through emails and announcements, but you guys also need to take responsibility as well and work with me on this. I would suggest basically attending the virtual lecture at least 3 times per week. Now the way you do that, hold on, let me turn off some music here. The way you're going to do that is by going into the new lecture formats, and I'll show you that in a minute here. But be proactive. You need to make sure you schedule time for this. Don't push it off and I'll get to it, because then you're not going to be successful. It's going to add a lot of stress to your life. Grading wise, you have already done 320 points worth of work. 2 exams, 4 quizzes, 4 Learnsmarts, 6 labs. 320 points are in Blackboard as of tomorrow or today. What's left to go? We're going to have 4 exams. 3 of the exams will be worth 50 points. The biotechnology exam is going to be worth 40. I'm going to adjust and pull out some content, making sure you get the core stuff, but I'm not going to make it as big of an exam because we just don't have the amount of time necessary to get the full exam in. You're going to have 6 more quizzes, you're going to have 8 more Learnsmarts, you're going to have 5 labs, and a final. Everything is online. The labs are completely online. Some are virtual labs, others are Word documents where you're going to work through that. And I'll show you how to do all that in a few minutes here. So this adds up to a total of 750 points. So our new grade scale is 750 to 675 is an A. 100 to 90%. 89, oh, I'm sorry, that should say 89 to 80. 80% is the B, 79 to 70, 69 to 60, and so on. But it's based out of 750 points. Okay. Okay, so everything is completely online here. Please don't hesitate to communicate to me bounce me emails, throw it in discussion board and Blackboard. That is how we're going to get through this as a group, all of us working together. What I would offer in Blackboard is, oh, let me find it again. There we go. When we're in Blackboard, go down to discussions and post stuff here. I'll set up a tab. You'll have that available in just a few minutes. Communicate that way. If it's a big question that I think everybody should know the answer to, I may respond through an announcement. That way 20 people don't have to ask the same question. Just helps to inform everybody. And that's going to be a great, great way to be successful here is let's all communicate together and support each other. Reach out. You guys have sat next to each other for 8 weeks, gotten to know each other. Keep in touch. That's going to be a huge part of everybody getting through this, passing the class, but also mentally and emotionally getting through this situation is touching base with each other. I know physically we're not supposed to be getting close to each other. We're not supposed to be, we're in shelter in place right now. We're not supposed to be going out and visiting. Listen to the scientists. Don't screw around with this. But we can communicate. FaceTime, Snapchat, TikTok, Twitter, whatever. Keep in touch, especially with people who may not have that same network of support. Reach out to everybody. You guys weren't around when 9/11 happened. That was huge. And when you start to isolate yourselves, things get dark quickly. Don't do it. Don't crawl into a hole. Communicate with each other. So, okay, lectures. Lectures are going to change big time for you. You don't have to see me. You don't have to look at me. But you guys are going to have to listen to me. So what I did is I created a lecture tab. We have the lecture tab in Blackboard here. I want you to go in there, and there's a new tab that'll say new lectures. And this folder contains all of your new lectures. So biotechnology is the unit we'll be starting after the genetics exam. Click on this. Download these files. And what you're going to do is watch a video, just like the one you're watching right now. It's going to bounce you out to YouTube, and you're going to hear my voice narrating the video. Now, the way it works, this lecture is, let me get this here, here's your PowerPoint. This lecture has a title here. It says Part 1. You need to go to Presentation Mode. See a little hand? That means it's a hyperlink. See the hyperlink? You just click, and that'll open up the lecture in YouTube.
Okay, so welcome to the molecular...
Sorry about that. So that's going to be the lecture, and it's going to narrate this for you. It's going to walk through the content. I know it's completely a format you guys were not expecting, but this is the world we're in right now. I don't want you to lose out on the content. When you're looking at it, I want you to go through the slides, follow along, fill in the blanks as you go through this content. There's a second tab. That means it's another 15 minutes. Each lecture is 15 minutes long, each part. So the biotechnology, chapter 12, entire content is going to take you, there was our fourth one, is going to take you roughly 1 hour to watch and listen to all the content. There's 4 parts there. And what I did in, where'd it go? In this document here is I gave you a breakdown of time. Chapter 12 should take you roughly 1 hour to watch the lecture. Take notes. Be an active learner. Take notes. You guys have been taking notes all semester, writing them out, or some of you are using your tablets or your iPads. Continue to take notes off of this stuff. Go to chapter 14, 4 parts, 1 hour. Genome Project, 3 parts, 1 hour. Actually, you guys don't need Genome Project. Let's strike that. That's what I'm taking out. So it's just these 2 parts for the biotechnology unit. 2 hours worth of lecture content. You then need to study, do the quizzes, review sheets, labs, unit exam. We move to evolution unit. Same format. Here's your lectures. Collectively, the evolution unit, you're looking at about 4 hours, 3 hours and 45 minutes of lecture content, but you still need to study, take notes, review, quizzes, labs. Same thing with ecology. Ecology, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 hours of lecture content for those chapters. All right, so that is how the lectures are going to be formatted. It's a redesign. That's how we're going to do the lectures, okay? Because we don't have the ability for me to stand in front of a group and do this on the board. Labs are all online, okay? Some of the labs are directly through Blackboard, and I'll show you when it's time where these are at. They're going to be in this tab. You open it up. It's a Word document. You fill it out. You save it, and you upload it back into Blackboard. Please do not email them because I can't handle 120 labs emailed to my inbox every week. If they're in Blackboard, I can go into Blackboard, I can grade them, automatically put your grade in. The other labs are going to be done through Connect. So you guys all have this. Go into Connect, scroll down to the bottom, and here are your virtual labs. I would strongly advise you do the virtual lab tour. Click on this. It's going to take you out to a virtual lab tour, walks you through how the virtual labs are done. Those are your instructions for the virtual labs, how to navigate them. 10 minutes there will save you a massive amount of frustration and stress. We have a virtual lab where you guys are going to be doing the DNA isolation lab. You click on this, begin it. It's going to walk you through the steps of DNA isolation. This is the same thing that we would have done in class. It's going to go through a simulation where you actually get to move stuff around and virtually do a DNA isolation lab. It's not the same, but it gives you guys the basic concepts. Once you've completed that virtual lab, come down here and do the homework. This is the equivalent of that sheet you turn in every lab. You're not going to use your physical book anymore. You're going to use this, go into the DNA lab, begin it. It will ask you a series of questions associated with the virtual lab that you just did. So if you skip the virtual lab, you can't answer these questions. So they're tied together. This is what I'm grading. This is where you'll get your 10 points for your lab completion is by doing this. So there's 10 questions. Just go through the question, next, 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 etc. All right, so that's where your virtual labs will be at. So you guys will do the DNA lab, and then you'll do the evidence for evolution. Don't worry about electrophoresis. Again, I'm removing some of the content because of the constraints of time and how our semester is going to change here. So yeah, I don't want you guys to stress out and kill yourselves. Quizzes will be here. Here's your genetic unit exam. So when you're ready for the unit exam, there are 8 questions from chapter 9, 9 questions from chapter 10, 8 questions from chapter 11. Click on this. You got 25 minutes for 25 questions. Begin it. It's worth 50 points. All right, so let's just, some of them are fill in the blank, some of them are short answer, etc. And you just work your way through all the questions. Okay, so it's just like the quizzes, except it's obviously it's bigger. So, okay, so let's get, yeah, sleep back, get out of there. All right, other things. So again, exams are completely online. Quizzes, nothing's different. Please don't lose the opportunity. And then Learnsmarts. So you guys are required to do 2 of them. I'll give you 10 points, 5 points each. I'm not doing the third one as a bonus anymore for the semester because when you're online, there's no way to ensure test integrity, so I am expecting people to Google answers and try to do that. So it's hard to bonus people on top of an open book exam when you're online. So do at least 2, do a third if you guys want to gain the extra information. But let me know if I can help in any way.